Guys, let's talk about Suffer Little Children, which was put out by Intervision. Hey guys, Michael here from the Shameless Picture Show. As I said, I'm here to talk about Suffer Little Children, which is a release from Intervision, which is under the Severin Films umbrella. For those of you who are not familiar with Intervision, they do shot-on-video oddities and little outsider films, some really interesting stuff. And I believe this is one of my first releases I own that was put out by Intervision. I've seen a couple of them though. So what did I think? Let's find out. So before I can really talk about what I thought about Suffer Little Children, I need to talk a little bit about Suffer Little Children. Suffer Little Children is a UK shot-on-video film from 1983. It was put out during the height of the video nasties, and it was one of the banned films. Now, those of you who've spent some time looking at the films that were banned in the UK probably know that a lot of them weren't as grotesque and horrifying as their reputation would perceive. Sometimes it was content, sometimes it was violent, sometimes it was just word of mouth. And Suffer Little Children is definitely one of those films. Now, it's a film about an orphanage and this little girl named Elizabeth who ends up being dropped off at this orphanage. And when that happened, peculiar things start happening around the orphanage, and they don't know what's causing it. Around the same time, this rock star who came from this orphanage, he starts hanging around and donating money and trying to make things better. So they're also wondering, does this rock star have something to do with it? So on and so forth. Not gonna lie, the plot is pretty secondary in this film. Through good chunks of the film, I kind of forgot I was even watching a horror film. But, you know, that's the nature of the game with some of these films. Through a good portion of this film, it was really about almost a love story between two characters, this rock star and one of the people that worked at the orphanage, and him trying to help out these kids in need, and then some spooky stuff would happen. It's not really until the end that the film starts picking up, and there's a lot of creativity, some interesting editing, and I think the film becomes quite interesting. However, so this movie is a brisk 75-minute runtime. It kind of feels like a slog through a good portion of it. However, don't get me wrong, once you get to the meat and potatoes of this film, it becomes a lot of fun. It just takes some time to get there. But I have a fondness for shot-on-video movies. I would say the fun level for this movie, like I said, once it starts picking up, it can be quite high. You just kind of have to roll with the punches and get there. It's not nearly as violent as I was expecting. It's which is good because they're dealing with children, and that can be kind of troublesome. But I feel like reputation is a lot of what made Suffer Little Children so enigmatic. So yeah, I don't feel like it was a waste of time watching it. If you are a huge fan of these shot-on-video movies, definitely check this out, because I can guarantee this one's going to be kind of interesting, especially if you're familiar, if you like the shot-on-video subgenre of horror and exploitation. You probably have an idea of how some of these movies go. They're a little offbeat. They're not usually made by professional filmmakers, so there's a lot of creativity and a lot of ingenuity happening in these films. So if you're a fan and you're a completionist, I say check it out. So yeah, Suffer Little Children, released by Intervision. You can pick this up right now on the Severin website. Also want to give a huge shout out to my friend, the regional warrior, Matt Harding. Matt is a great guy. He's a big supporter of my podcast and my video reviews. He's been on the show twice. He's a fantastic guy. If you see him in an event, let him know Michael sent ya. All right, guys. Make sure to come back for part 2, where I am going to attempt to talk about picture quality and audio quality on a shot-on-video movie. So, thanks for watching.